mushrooms in space? Well, to be completely accurate, it should be fungi in space, because mushrooms are the fruit bodies of fungi that live their lives as large underground network called mycelium. And this film will be mostly about fungi in general, and some of them don't even produce mushrooms. But the word mushroom is not entirely wrong in our case, and it sounds cooler. So, mushrooms in space. This is Gernot Grömer, astrophysicist, director of the Austrian Space Forum. He wrote a book about space travel, has a lilting Austrian accent, and a PhD, and he knows quite a bit about space. How much do you know about space?
Quite a bit.
See?
Clap. First, let's go back a bit. Imagine being aboard a space station in the mid-90s. You want to look out the window, and suddenly you see something on the porthole window. You think it's a stain, and you try to rub it off, but it won't go away, because it's a fungus, eating its way into the quartz window and even the rubber gaskets around the porthole. Not enough to break them, but they are there. This is actually what happened on the Russian space station Mir. And the fungi were not only on the windows, but literally everywhere. There's a famous picture of fungal infestation of cables on the Mir station. The station suffered several power outages over the years, some likely due to fungi. That was the first time when we found out that fungi thrive in space. So what did we do? Scientists were rather excited about it and started to study it. There's one famous experiment called LIFE, short for lichen and fungi experiment on the ISS. Imagine being on a plane in something worse than a basic economy seat. Imagine being gaffer taped to the wing, and this is how you would get around. Whee! This is basically what the lichen and fungi experiment was, just on the ISS. They would put a lichen in a box and install it outside the ISS, and then left it there for a year and a half. Lichens are symbionts between algae and fungi. This way, you can look at algae and fungi at the same time. The poor lichen had to endure a lot. The vacuum of space, the cosmic radiation, it was literally the worst vacation ever. So, what happened after a year and a half? The lichen was fine. The fungal part showed a surprisingly high viability rate of 84%. This is evidence that some life can travel through space unharmed. That's why fungi could shape the future of life on other worlds. Researchers, artists, and architects around the globe are experimenting with mycelium as a building material, and the results are promising. Mycelium can be grown into almost any shape. So, in the future, you could bring dry, dormant fungi to places like Mars. Upon arrival, you could add water, and the fungi will be able to grow in a defined shape, and then you can build entire habitats from it. And apart from that, since fungi thrive in space, it's very possible we grow mushrooms on other planets. We don't know how much of the galaxy we will be able to explore, where we may go as a species, but one thing is for sure, we will never be alone. The fungi will always be with us. It's a part of us. It's on our skin, in our hair, in our gut. And if fungi can thrive in space, then maybe we shall too.